You're about to meet Johnny Chavez. He is a husband, father, catechist, and parishioner at Saints Peter and Paul Church in Williamsburg. But at one point, his life was completely different, and he was going down a bad path. That is until he received a call to faith he couldn't ignore. When Johnny Chavez walks around South Williamsburg, he's reminded of another life.
This is one of the blocks where I used to hang out.
He grew up here with his parents and two sisters, but his life turned upside down when his parents divorced in his teens.
I had to find some sense of gratification, some sense of belonging, and my friends were my refuge.
Johnny got involved with a gang, started selling drugs, and at 17 was arrested for armed robbery. Johnny was going down a bad path. And his godfather, Eduardo Mendoza, knew he needed help.
Vi en Johnny Fernando un sufrimiento.
Eduardo invited him to a mass for the Neo-Catechumenal Way, a spiritual movement that aims to deepen the faith of its members through ongoing formation. Eduardo has been a part of the Neo-Catechumenal Way for 3 decades, and he says this community sparked something for Johnny.
Él miraba, decía, esta es la familia, ¿no? Esta es una familia. Y eso es lo que él quiso seguir.
Allowing God to open the door for Johnny to find a new life.
Some of them were talking about drugs, about alcohol. Nobody was judging them. So I felt like I belonged there.
Johnny is now also part of the Neo-Catechumenal Way, raising his 8 kids in the Catholic faith. His former pastor, Father Manuel Rodriguez, says Johnny's growth is a powerful testament.
Before knowing the church, before experiencing his conversion, you know, thinking of him like a father of 8 children, it was something that he would never even dare, you know, to consider.
Johnny also devotes his time to showing others the right path through catechesis.
We help them so that this calling, which is very fragile, can maintain a sense of spark.
It's a calling some say he is especially equipped for.
Since he has this background, he sees things that we are not able to see.
Dios existe. Dios en realidad existe.
Hail Mary, full of grace, the Lord is with thee.
Despite his past, Johnny says he has no regrets.
So if you'd ask me, what would you want to change of your life? I would say nothing. Because if I was to tell you that my parents could be together, that means that I would have missed the encounter of Christ.
Because he knows it was all part of his journey, and God is with him every step of the way. Joining us now is Johnny's former pastor, Father Manuel Rodriguez. Hi, Father. How are you?
Hello, Katie.
Yes, thank you. So as we heard, Johnny was really heading down a bad path before he devoted his life to God. And for anyone at home who's in a similar situation or, you know, listening to this, is it ever too late to turn your life around?
No, it's not. And in Johnny's case, we can see that in a very concrete way. Yeah, Johnny found a way out of drug trafficking, gang activity, and a sense for his life in the church, thanks to the good work that the Neo-Catechumenal communities do, specifically in that church, Saints Peter and Paul Church, of which I have the great honor and joy of have been ministering as a pastor there for 3 years, and having met Johnny there too, and his friends from those communities. Yeah.
So what is that first step if someone wants to join the church? Should they go to a pastor first?
Whenever anybody joins or starts coming to any of our churches, they are always welcome and they always accept it the way they are. And yeah, you know, usually meeting with one of the priests, the deacons, or and the pastor at some point is part of the process to get yourself integrated in the community. Sooner or later, of course, you'll be you'll be known because you'll be frequenting the masses, the activities, the events organized by that particular church or parish. Johnny was a person of trust in whom to rely for new evangelization efforts. I immediately noticed that, and I became friends with him because of that. He wasn't afraid of going out with us to invite people to the church. He wasn't afraid of with his wife, Kayla, to participate in the events that we organized. And especially, he was excellent at getting in touch, connecting with the youth.
We don't have much time left, but in that story, we heard you speak about how, Johnny dedicating his life to God seemed unfathomable. Why is that?
Because he had a very difficult life. He experienced a lot of pain because of his family dysfunctioning. He's going to jail. He's been arrested and then sent to jail. So he touched the bottom, so to say, at some point at a very young age. So he needed a strong help in order to have some hope, in order to see the light at the end of the tunnel. And he found that light in the church.
Father Manuel Rodriguez in Corona, Queens, pastor of Our Lady of Sorrows, thanks so much for joining us.
I'm so happy and pleased. Thank you for doing this. Wonderful.
Hi, I'm Christine Persichetti, anchor of Currents News. If you like what you saw, please hit the like button on this video. And if you want to see more content just like it, subscribe and click on the bell for notifications. Thanks for watching, because we are putting your faith in the news.